Hello everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Super Cool Radio. I'm your host as always, Matthew Thomas. Thank you so much for tuning in. A few weeks ago, I featured part 1 of my interview with Joel Ellis. Now it's time for part 2. Joel Ellis is an incredible musician from Cleveland, Ohio. He's been involved in some awesome projects, including Cats and Boots, Heavy Bones, Ellis Island, Ellis and Angel, and most recently, Joel Ellis Music. His latest project, he's been digitally reproducing Heavy Bones. We heard some of the background about digitally reproducing Real Heavy Bones Volume 1. We're going to hear more about that and so much more in Part 2. But before we dive into Part 2, I'm going to feature off Real Heavy Bones Volume 1, Summers in the Rain, one of my favorite songs off the album. And please, if you like the music you hear, make sure to support Joel Ellis. You can only get Real Heavy Bones Volume 1 from his website. I'll leave a link in the description. On there, you can get CD and vinyl, plus an LP package, which features a vinyl copy of Real Heavy Bones Volume 1, a CD, and a shirt. It's only available on his website, so head over there, pick yourself up a copy. Right now, I'm going to feature Summers in the Rain by Heavy Bones. Check it out.
She came down from Louisiana way with the wind in her hair and the sky in her eyes. She had a dream, she wants to be a queen. She wants to see her face on the silver screen. Daddy was rich, he was the only man. He was a drinking kind, never paid her no mind. Taking her time on Louisiana way, where the summers were long and the fantasies are made. Time waits for no one. She sings Mick Jagger and Miles. And if you come down round my way, honey, I'll show you a real good time. She came like summers in the rain. Shine the light, shine the light, shine the light. A brown-eyed boy in a yellow Chevrolet picked up her dreams and ran off to L.A. Scared and dreaming on a sunny beach. Oh, daddy's girl's just a little out of reach. She came down from Louisiana way with the wind in her hair and the sky in her eyes. She's a queen, it ain't easy living in a dream. She needs an angel of mercy, an angel of God. Oh, yeah, an angel of God. She wants an angel of God. Time plays a waiting game, disguised as it goes by. Too many people come and go, but they got no way to make it home. She came like summers in the rain. Shine the light, shine the light, shine the light. my blessed head. Shine came down like come on now. Like to follow me, follow blue. Check to get with your bed. Won't you let me come down? Won't you let me come down? Yeah. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, baby. Won't you? Won't you let it rain, let it rain, let it rain down on me? It's down on me, down on me, hand on my blessed hand. I say, let it come down, yeah. Come on, yeah. Won't you come on down? Oh yeah, come on, sing in the bed when you're laying in bed. Won't you lay in bed in my bed?
So I spared no expense on this record. Yeah, I could show you that expense, but it's huge. And so, if the fans out there are saying, "Well, why is the album $69 and why is the CD $30?" And I mean, everything's expensive nowadays, but and that starts right here. It's just an incredibly expensive project, and it was worth it. Once I heard what Mike could do, I was just like, okay, this is going to be a great record and we're going to take the time to do it. So from the time I went down and picked up the 388 machine, yeah, it was collectively about 2 years in production. So you're talking about 2 years of studio work. You're talking about top LA production mastering labs and digitizing and the plate cutting and RTI is going to press it and just the top of the heap in terms of industry specialists and so I really wanted this to be a great record, and we succeeded. We really did. I mean, it blows me away. I've never been one to sit and listen to my records over and over again, but I can't get enough of this. It's just the sound, and hearing Frankie play. It's just the energy that we had. It was just amazing. It was a brotherhood back then, and everybody. Rex is a phenomenal bass player, by the way, and you're going to be able to hear him do this because it was kind of a hard thing to digest. But back during the debut record, they we did that record to a click track, which I fucking hate. I just really don't like click tracks, and I think they just strip the band of the character. And like I said, I grew up in the '70s, so I don't think there was a such thing as a click track. And so I felt like even though the record came out a beautiful production, it kind of stood as its own as a production. I don't think it really reflected you know who or what the band was. It really didn't catch our wild side, our crazy side, but these recordings do. It really do. Frankie attacks the songs with a fever. It's just wow. And Gary's guitar playing. I mean, we were on fire. And Rex's bass playing. He's just a phenomenal bass player, but he had a trouble with the click. And to me, that's a compliment, because he's such a groove monster. And sorry, I just got over that RSV virus. It's fucked up my voice. But anyways, yeah, so we captured all that on this record, and I think that's what people are going to find exciting because that's why I called the record "The Real Heavy Bones" because this is really us, and and yeah, so
But
yeah, I'm just reflecting, but yeah, go ahead, it's your show. Don't let me hijack it.
all good. No, I really appreciate you taking the time to talk about the project and the background behind it. You took a lot of great care in like digitally reproducing this album, as you were talking about, with everything to capture that kind of that live, just that atmosphere that you had in the in the recordings to really bring them out in the album.
Mhm. Yeah, and it's just and to bring it to life, Gary did some guitar tracks, and he's evolved. He was great back then, but he's evolved and as a player. And we put, like I said, we put on Grizz is a metal monster, and so he put on some just amazing bass tracks. So there is a lot of new stuff. I put in a lot of vocals and background vocals that I didn't have a chance to do. So there's a lot of new singing on there, and then we changed it up. As far as the mix, we added a lot of cool stuff. It was like, let's make this a Pink Floyd record. And so we put a lot of cool shit in it. Like for instance, and Your Love Won't Let Me Down. We found a recording from NASA, and it was the Apollo astronauts in space when they couldn't get back to Earth, and so NASA said, we want you to slingshot around the back of the moon. And so they were at a stage where they were experimenting, and they had reefer brownies on board, and so we caught this recording where they're out in space, and you start hearing these static notes, and and one guy, one astronaut, he's like, you want some more brownies? He's like, no. And then he goes, listen to that sound. And they were going around the dark side of the moon, and they were picking up something that had patterns. And it was musical patterns. And it was amazing, when you hear it. And they're like, listen to that. It sounds like space music. Yeah, it's space-time music. And all of a sudden, it starts, So I love the intro to the new intro to Your Love Won't Let Me Down. But we did a lot of great stuff. We played with delays and verbs, and there's a lot of cool shit, a lot of ear candy in this record. So use headphones. Okay, it's a trip. A little of this and a little of that.
All right. I will. Well, definitely, it's available for pre-order this time. I have the link in the description of this podcast. Please check it out. Pick yourself up a copy. Joel, I really, again, as I said, I really appreciate you really talking about in depth about Real Heavy Bones. So this is volume 1. I've heard this to be a 4-part release. Is that true?
Yeah. In fact, like I said, it was like 60 songs. And so only 12 went on the record. So 60 songs. It's full 3 volumes, and it's in volume 3. Volume 2 is going to be a lot of the great songs that we had, including volume 1. They're gonna be pretty symmetrical, and but volume 3 is gonna be a lot of the rough demos. In fact, some of them that we recorded up in my Hollywood apartment. We call it the Fuller House. It was on Fuller Ave, but yeah, and so volume 3 is going to have a lot of cool like home demos and outtakes of stuff. And then volume 4, I intend to make that the reissue. It may come out sooner, so it may end up being volume 2. But yeah, so volume 4 is going to be the reissue with demo versions at the end of some of the better songs on the record. Yeah, it's going to be good.
Right on. I'm really glad. Definitely look forward to checking out all the
Yeah.
releases when they are available.
Yeah.
But as we're close, I appreciate you taking the time. I know we went a little over time for the interview, so I really appreciate it. As we're starting to close out this interview, so like, what is like for you? What is like 2024 looking like? It's only January. Like, what is the rest of the year looking like for you?
Yeah, it's packed. I'm not going to be able to do a lot of what I did in this year, so we're gonna run into 25. Right now, the record is gonna be shipping the end of February. I meant to get it out in December. I apologize to people who bought it. But so after 2 years, I'd like to get past this and then move into either relieving or reissuing the reissuing the original demo, and or doing some of my other work. I'm working on a project right now that's with the Russian artist Yuldis Bakhtiozina. You can look her up at yuldis.com, ULDUS. But we've decided to do a collaborative effort, and it's called. You can find it on my website at joelellismusic.com. But if you go to Collaboration for Peace, you'll be able to hear all that, and you'll be able to hear Yoldis's TED Talks, and if you know my music and you put the two of us together, then you'll kind of get an idea for what it is. But a lot of her artwork goes into museums around the world, and she's recently got into producing theatrical and making films. So our idea is to take a song that I did off my solo record, Ellis Island. It's a song called Lily, and it's a real spontaneous song, but it's good. But it's about the angel who takes children to death or children to heaven. So what we want to do is have her produce a video around the song, and it'll be bilingual in Russian and in English. And we are calling it the Collaboration for Peace and Peace Through the Power of Art. So this video will end up in museums as a music video museum exhibit, and then of course she's making the collaborating also on the new album cover art for that record, and then from there we hope to take it into a theatrical sound and music, sound and vision production, and of course she's going to produce all the art and staging and the music I'll do, but from there, we don't really know where it's going to go from there, but that's one of the things that I'm anxious to get going. I'm approaching Rick Rubin from American Records, and so hopefully he'll pick up the project, and if not, it's still going to be a great project. But she's a Vogue fashion photographer, and so most likely we'll get a featurette in Vogue, and the reason I say that is because it's kind of a cool thing to be able to cross over, and she's as great. She's already a legend. She's already historic in what she does. She's very unique. So, I mean, for me to be able to cross over my music, rock, into the fine art, fashion, and theater. Man, it's just really exciting, and so I'm fired up to start on that project. Volume 2 is going to take some time. I'm reissuing all the Cats and Boots on my site. It's gonna get there. It's a lot of work to do everything, but you can download all my records up there, and yeah. So I'm not really quite sure. I'd like to be able to get out live and do some shows. I really would, and I'd like to tap into some other big markets, South America, and who knows, maybe I'll break open the rock market of India. I don't know, but and then of course I want to go back and see my fans in Japan. I miss Japan. It's just my second home. I love it, and I love the people there and the fans, and of course Cats and Boots hold stomping ground. So that's kind of what I'm. That's 24. You'll be able to follow me on the site, joelellismusic.com.
I'll leave a link for that in the description. Sounds like you got some amazing things in the works, not only like reissuing the music and of course Really Heavy Bones, the 4 volumes, but you got some great collaboration for Peace as well. And it's just amazing. You got a lot of cool things in the works, and I definitely look forward to seeing how the rest of 2024 goes for you.
Yeah, I appreciate that, Matt. I do. Yeah,
So,
it's good to be back. I took a long break. So.
Oh no, for sure. Nice that you see you get back into it, and I definitely look forward to seeing just what else you come up with, other collaborations you got, and all the music as well. So I'm really excited.
Yeah, me too.
But as I said, I'll leave some links for Joel Ellis in the description of this podcast. Please check it out. Joel, it was an honor to have you on the podcast. Thank you so much for hanging out with me.
Yeah, and thanks to Shauna O'Donnell, my publicist, for getting us this. Yeah, it's been fun.
Oh yeah, for sure. Shauna is amazing. I love working with her. It's nice that we were able to connect and have this interview.
Yeah, she's a great girl.
But Joel, thank you so much for stopping by. I'm going to close out this interview for Joel Ellis. I'm your host always, Matthew Thomas. Thank you so much for watching. Listen to Super Cool Radio, and remember, stay frosty.